My name is Sam Peters. I'm comprehensively great-looking, a natural blonde, and a highly intelligent one. I'm extremely tough, an exceptional journalist, and I hate modesty. I work for Uncharted. It's basically Playboy for scientists. Fewer naked women, fewer cars, more text. We report on excavations in, and expeditions to, the remotest corners of the world. The pay is, to be exact, pretty miserable. But you get adventure on tap, and that's the best bonus you could ask for. Although sometimes they're hairy, even for my taste. My latest trip took me to Indonesia, where local archaeologists had discovered an ancient temple complex in the jungle. Team members were disappearing one after another without trace. Turns out, it was terrorists. They kidnapped me. Then my old friend Max showed up and got me out of there. And here we are. He's off trying to get a whiff of the gang's plans. I'm supposed to inform the Indonesian authorities. Oh, and a volcano has now erupted and half of the island is in flames. I have no idea where Max is now, and I'm not going looking for him in this inferno. Anyway, it's supposed to be the man who goes through flames for the woman, and not the other way around. My task is clear. I have to escape from this island and bring help from the mainland. Done it. Now let's hightail it out of here. Crap. This inflatable dinghy is missing some, inflation. Reminds me of my last relationship. So how am I supposed to get to the mainland now? When Max came here with this boat, it was in a considerably better state. A completely typical Indonesian rock. What the hell is Max stashed in this box? Locked. Maybe I can get it open some other way. My goodness. Max and his weakness for fancy locking mechanisms. Interesting mechanism. I'm sure that by pushing the switch you can get Max's box open. Obviously an M. There's a capital A above the recess. Damn blow-up boats. There's no air in the front chamber. Definitely past its sell-by date as a food source. But that claw might make a useful tool. A completely typical... I don't like to admit it, but this rock's... a bullet hole. Those bastards. Doesn't show any sign of stopping. I hope Max is all right. The The volcano's out of control. Whatever it is I'm doing here, let's do it fast. Looks like an arrow. Best be careful. It could be a trap. Not much going on there. I'll just take the one bone. No man is so great that a woman will go back into hell for him. And Max isn't all that in the first place. No, on this occasion, I'm going to respect that rule. Make an exception to my own and actually do what I'm told. Please don't talk to me. I don't care what your name is. You're just... The heat's so intense, this bush has caught fire. Quite beautiful, also rather scary. Looks close, but that's... Max is in trouble. I need to get to the mainland and find help. What the hell is Max stashed in this box? Hope all the trouble's been worth it. Boots and socks. A satellite phone would have been nice. A stripped-down air pump. Putting all the parts together shouldn't be too much trouble for a genius such as myself. A stripped-down air pump. Putting all the parts together shouldn't be too much trouble for a genius such as myself. There's a note inside the bottle. Unfortunately, there's a note inside the bottle. Shards are lucky. I can't translate this. It's either Indonesian or Malaysian. They're too big for me anyway. I'll cut a piece of rubber out. Let's clean away this grease and sand. This piece of rubber is big enough to patch the hole. I don't think it's gonna stick. I'll jam the piece of rubber between the claws. This piece of rubber is big enough to patch the hole. I don't think it's gonna stick. This piece of rubber is big enough to patch the hole. I don't think it's gonna stick. Like roasting marshmallows. You have to know when enough's enough. Melted enough? Nah, not interesting in the slightest. Perfect. Let's get this dinghy back on the high seas. Now I can get out of here at last. I haven't phoned in for days. My editor will be going loopy. Home at last. First, I'm gonna treat myself to a drink. And Then I will listen to the 25 messages my charming editor has left for me. He sounds a bit miffed because I've only just got back from Indonesia. My excuses had better wait. He's already got a new job lined up for me. Oh, it's an important one by the sounds of it. Could be big for the magazine. I'd better not waste any time. Sure, a girl like me can find a new job really fast, but it still sounds like hassle I don't need. I'd best take the next flight to Berlin. I need to meet up with a Professor Hartman. He heads up a research group at Humboldt University, and our magazine is one of the sponsors of his Africa expedition. It seems that our professor is hot on the trail of some scientific sensation out there. How often have I heard that shit? The sensation is usually some frothy bullshit that we can't even use to fill the summer news gap. Anyway, I'm clinging on to this job, which means I'm headed out to Africa with the professor at the next opportunity. I don't know exactly where we're going, so anything could be in store. And that is exactly what I love about this damn job. The Biological Institute. This is where I'm supposed to meet Professor Hartman.
Yes, can I help you?
Hello, my name is Peters. I've got an appointment with Professor Hartman.
I'm sorry, but he's no longer in the building.
What? But he wanted to meet me here this evening.
According to our database, the professor is away on an expedition.
He's already set off? But I was supposed to be going with him.
Yes, well, not every department of this facility is as efficiently organized as the security department is.
Shit. My boss is gonna go bananas when he finds out I've missed this shot. What am I supposed to do now? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Do you know exactly when the professor jilted me?
just a second. It looks like it was this morning.
Do you know where the professor was headed?
No, but you could ask his secretary.
Great. Where is she?
Frau Mueller has already left for the weekend. She'll be back Monday morning.
Have you got her home number?
We do. But I couldn't possibly give out private staff details to members of the public. Be patient and come back Monday.
Patience is definitely not an option. No professor, no story. I need to find him as fast as I can. If I only knew where he was headed. Now I'm really in a jam. Could you perhaps pop along to Professor Hartman's office and see if he's left a note for me?
If he had left you a note, then it would be here at reception, I'm sure.
Does Professor Hartman have a cell number by any chance?
Doesn't look like it. We only have his office number here.
Could you perhaps imagine letting me into his office for just a mo?
If you'd like to know precisely, no, not in my wildest dreams. But I wish you a refreshing, stress-free weekend.
Same to you. With bells on. Looks like I'm gonna have to help myself. No gates stopped me before. I need to get into the professor's office to find out where he's gone. If I mess up this assignment, then that's my job out the window. No. Without a very, very good reason, I am not going to touch that. A small rolled-up carpet. Has someone lost their faith? The first accessory for my sailboat. I've just about got everything a girl could need in this little bag. But sadly, nothing to wipe these markings away. Well, okay. But just this once. Where's it supposed to go? Sounds like a good plan. I always keep this photo on me. It's supposed... Globetrotters like my humble self prefer electronic means of payment. There's a notice from garbage collection stuck on the letterbox. According to this, the BSR collects the waste paper first. Then another truck comes for the bio-waste. The bulky stuff goes tomorrow. Nah, pushing empty trash cans is way below my preferred difficulty level. There's a notice from garbage collection stuck on the letterbox. According to this, the BSR collects the waste paper first. Then another truck comes for the bio-waste. The bulky stuff goes tomorrow. I know Berlin punks are finding new body parts to punch holes in every day, but I think we've some years yet before all-over body piercing comes into fashion. Although, with that security camera there, perhaps I could upload the result to YouTube and set the trend. Who am I kidding? I'm no punk. I don't have the professor's cell number. I don't have the professor's cell number. If I throw the carpet over the metal spikes, I could climb over easily enough. But then I'd be in full view of the security camera and the doorman would spot me. I need to find a better way. Now or never. Made it. Now I somehow have to get into the Institute and find Professor Hartman's office. That's what comes from leaving your tools lying around. Would seem to be the main entrance. Waltz into the building through the main entrance? The doorman would chuck me straight out. There's gotta be some more subtle way in there. Damn. The clamp is solid. I can't get the hose off. The perfect entry assistance. That's a horse chestnut. It was Tree of the Year in 2005. How do I know that? It says so on the little sign. The sign is fastened to the tree with 4 screws. Nothing's gonna happen without some tools. An empty wallet. Whoever said size doesn't matter was covering something up. This ladder, in particular, is way too short. A rake. Who needs a bolt cutter when head shears can do the job just as well? I've cut through the chains. Unfolded, the ladder's certainly long enough, but it's too flimsy to put weight on. I'll push the rake through the rungs of both of the ladder's legs. Still too unsteady. The rake could slip out from between the rungs if I climbed up it. Damn. The clamp is solid. I can't get the hose off. Freedom for garden hoses. I'll tie the rake to the garden hose so that the whole thing becomes a bit more steady. That is a sturdy ladder. Well done, Sam. Climbing through windows. A real cat burglar me. And look, the coast is clear. Empty files. Useless. Forms and faculty notices. Not much interest to me. Nothing that I could use. Nothing that I could use. And there it is, the exception to the rule. You don't always find something useful in waste bins. No dough, no go. A snack machine. Each of these little calorie bombs costs a cool $1.99. No dough, no go. You only live once. I'll take a bag of crackers. My snack? And 1 cent change. A snack machine. Each of these little won't open. Doesn't fit. this old trick might actually work. Or then again, maybe not. The idea's right, but the plastic money didn't take the strain. Go down and run into the doorman's arms, perhaps? I don't want to push my luck too far. Not Professor Hartman's office. Not Professor Hartman's office. No dough, no go. Not Professor Hartman's office. That's Lieschen Muller's office. That office belongs to a Dr. Fritz Schneider. The sign is fastened to the tree with 4 screws. Nothing's gonna happen without some tools. One step on the way to my first million. A 1-cent coin is thin enough to unscrew it. Amazeballs! Ugh, I have sunk to a new low. That'll work. I'll bet my sailboat on it. Phew. Okay, Sam. Find the damn info on where our perfidious professor's gone off to. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll get your story, a pay rise, and that nice little sailboat you're dreaming of. The cliche that professors are not exactly neat freaks might well hold true, but surely this is taking it to the next level. Hartman really must have left in a hurry. A stack of homework, botany books, and writing materials. Thanks, but I don't think that they're gonna help me right now. There's some torn up paper on the top. I'll take a closer look. I need some kind of a lead here, or I won't know what I'm looking for. Time is a luxury I don't have. Files with details of students' projects and the prof's expeditions. Maybe I'll find a clue here. This section has projects marked ARJ. These files are labeled CGL. I need some kind of a lead here, or I won't know what I'm looking for. These files all have GHN on them. I need some kind of a lead here, or I don't think that these books are gonna help me further in any kind of way. I don't think that these books are gonna help. I need some kind of a lead here, or I won't know what I'm looking for. Time is a luxury I don't have. A ripped up fax. Now let's see if... His expedition party sent him a fax. They've discovered some hitherto unknown species. Great, but where, for heaven's sake? Unfortunately, there's only a code here. GHN 7531. But maybe that'll help me further. These files all have GHN on them. This file is marked GHN 7520 to GHN 7535. It ought to contain notes from the current expedition. From algae to zygopetalum, there's everything a botanist's heart could desire here. I don't think that these books are gonna help me further. Bingo. GHN 7531. The expedition has gone to Ghana, to Lake Basomtwi. So what the hell are they looking for there? Lake Basomtwi lies in the meteorite crater in Ghana's Ashanti region. It's 8 kilometers in diameter, about 80 meters deep, and doesn't have an outflow. The ecosystem and the lake are endemic, meaning there are lots of plant and animal varieties that are unique to that location. The priority is investigating the effects on the ecosystem of a massive meteorite strike. What's that on the facts? The expedition has discovered some previously unknown organism. If the story's big enough to pull the professor away with such short notice, perhaps it's big enough to buy me a boat. Let's hit the trail for Ghana and Lake Basomtwi. The flight to Accra via Amsterdam was pretty fuss-free, but the in-flight food was crappy, as expected. I was able to revive myself with some traditional fufu and a few Gordon Sparks in a chop shop before a bush pilot flew me into an airfield by Lake Basomtwi. With a bit of luck, I'll be at the base camp in a few hours. Looks like everyone upped and left in the night. Strange. I've got goosebumps all of a sudden, despite the heat. I'm getting something of a horrible feeling here. I'd better get a move on so I can reach the Lake Basomtwi camp before nightfall. Not a multifunction tool, just a simple pocket knife without the gimmicks. The craft of writing my ass. A voice recorder gets a more natural interview every time. Holy shit. If a dead fish and a tramp had a baby and the baby threw up into a dog's mouth, the dog's end product would smell better than this toilet does. Even if I had to, I would not go in there. Hey, Dixie. Now what would those Southerners say if they knew there was a mobile toilet named after their hymn? Holy shit. If a dead fish and a tramp had a baby and the baby threw up into a dog's mouth, the dog's end product, even if I had to, I would not go in there. Now then, any juice left in these at all? Lemonade. Sweet as shit and warm to boot. But even ice cold is not an option, if I want to avoid doing my figure some real harm. Airport terminal, Africa style. A little bit too rustic for my taste. Where's the air-conditioned bar and duty-free shop? Airport terminal, Africa style. A little bit too rustic for my taste. Where's the air-conditioned bar and duty-free shop? Yarr! Sorry. Large scratches torn into the wood. Must have been something considerably bigger than the cat over there. Yarr! Just two admittedly unfortunate words. Cat allergy. Sits around all day. Probably shows up for food and fondling. Men. Okay, I've caressed the screws. Now what? Looks like a reliable enough contraption. It clamps two ropes together. The craft of writing my ass. A voice recorder gets a more natural interview every time. Not exactly the best of the best, but it can take a usable picture, and the flash is top-notch. Crates of provisions. Well, I'm not gonna starve to death here, that's for sure. I'm not that hungry yet. A limp sock. Reminds me of my ex. You know what? Enough of that. Airport terminal, Africa style. Holy shit. If a dead fish and a tramp had a baby and the baby threw up into a dog's mouth, the dog's end product would smell better than this toilet does. Even if I had to, I would not go in there. The camp lies northeast from here. That's where we want to be headed. Where's that perverse stink coming from? Oh, right. Pumbaa. They may be cute in cartoon form, but in the real world, those warthog tusks should not be underestimated. Not exactly the best of the best, but it can take a usable picture, and the flash is top-notch. Sadly, I don't have authorization from Disney for that. They fit, but will they have enough power? Sparkling new batteries. Interview with Pumbaa without official permission from Disney? What the hell do you dream about at night? No, don't tell me. I really don't want to know. As long as that hog's eyeballing me, I really don't give a damn about the tree trunk. I have the most terrible feeling that if I take one step more, that warthog is going to eat me. I think it'd take something a bit heftier. pull out a thread. In fact, this cap is such a waste of space, I'll throw the rest away. I should maybe give it a test.
Come, gather round, and have the piss taken out of you by a crazy lady with a megaphone.
Ooh, I like it. Well, okay, I'll take it with me. But be aware that this is non-alcoholic piss water. Airport terminal. Great. He seems to be quite unaffected. I guess that act's only good for scaring off lectures in bars. And here's me thinking I have the act down pat. I suppose compared to most men, this pig is smart enough to tell the real thing from a crazy lady making cat noises in the jungle. Since we don't know each other all that well, I'm gonna be keeping my distance, okay?